Hello guys and welcome to Keyboard Warriors, our first session of the week. I hope you've all had a fantastic weekend and are ready for the week ahead. We've got a lovely 15-minute gentle workout really. Workout's a bit of a strong word. It's loosening up the muscles, easing any aching joints and preventing any tension building up in the body from sitting at the desk or being a little bit more sedentary than you might normally be. So if you take a nice seat in the chair to the back of your chair, so really press the small of the back into the chair if you can, and make sure that your back's nestled against the support there. If you have got handles on your chair, with some of the exercises we might just need to adapt to take your hands over the top. Make sure you've got plenty of space around you and above, just so that you're not crouching into anything, and we're just going to do some seated exercises and then some standing with the chair for support. So to get us started, just take a really big deep breath in through the nose, and you're going to try and expand the ribs to fill up with air. So take a big deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. Big breath in and breathing out. One more time, big breath in, fill the belly with air, and as you exhale, just let that belly button go back towards the spine. So we're going to start by sitting up tall and rolling the shoulders back, lifting them up towards your ears, drawing a circle with them towards the back of the body. With all of these, we're trying to keep the posture nice and upright. So you've got a nice bit of space between the ribs and the hips, and the head nicely perched just between shoulders, so it's not sitting forward or back. And then roll the shoulders forward. Even just that change, a little tweak in the posture can make you feel better. Just putting a bit of space between all the organs, joints and muscles, so don't feel so crunched up. And then just bringing one arm up to the side, reach right up over the top of the head and bring it down. Reach it up, palms facing in, and one more. And then bring it down, do the same to the other side, just reach up tall. Just encouraging that body to lengthen down the side. And final time up. And then just bring the hands together, just take the hands side to side, loosening up the wrists. And roll the hands round. And we're going to start with a nice stretch to the inside of the forearm. So just placing fingers onto the other fingers and pull the hand back. Don't force too hard, and just make sure you're not catching the end of the fingertips. Make sure you have got the palms placed together. Feel the stretch through from the elbow down to the wrist. And the other side. And just take one more either side. And then bring the hands back together, and you're just going to kind of snake the arms, bit of 80s body pop in, getting the arms really moving through a different motion to what they've probably been doing this morning. Give them a breather. And start to bring the arms up. And then in that position, just loop the thumbs together, take the arms up high, and reach up tall. And bring the arms down. Take a nice breath in. As you breathe out, raise those hands, link together through the thumbs, up overhead, and down. Final time. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, just bring the arms up. And then join the hands together. So lace the fingertips together and reach side to side. And from here, we're going to keep one arm up and just drop it down in between the shoulder blades. And then either gently nudging from the front, or you can take it from behind if you've got a bit more flexibility in the other arm. Push the hand down in between the shoulder blades. And then reach over to the side. Reaching away from the arm that's raised. Hand back to the center. Change arms over. Bring the other arm back. Gently pushing between the shoulder blades and over. And coming back to the center. And then with the hands up near the head, just lace the fingertips together behind the head. And twist side to side. So we're starting with the hands behind the head, just to limit the rotation a little bit. we'll extend that with the arms out. One more to each side. And now bring the arms out to the side and rotate. So keep the hips facing forward and the knees. Just turn your upper body. And final time, pause when you get round to the side, look over your shoulder. And back to the centre. Round and pause. Give your arms a bit of a rest now. They've worked quite hard there, so just let the arms relax down by the side. And then we're going to slowly roll down. Start on the thighs, coming forward, bringing your chest onto your legs. And then pushing back up. And then come forward again. This time we're going to come down to the shins. You can stop at the thighs if you need to. Tuck the chin into your chest. And come back up. And then this time we're coming all the way down, either to the feet or to the floor. And again, just tucking chin to chest to get the stretch through the neck. So coming down. You can put your hands on the top of the trainers or your shoes, grab round your toes, or take it that bit further and bring the hands down in between your feet. Just work at a level that feels comfortable for you. If you can feel the stretch, then you're working hard enough. And then slowly walk back up the body. Bring the hands back up. And then we're going to take the hands into the centre of the body and reach out. Big exaggerated yawn. Into the centre, out to the other side. And again, out to the side. And on the next one, we're just going to pulse that there. So just complete this and then go into the other side, take it out and pulse. So just taking the arms back very gently, just a few centimetres. Just working out any tightness in the shoulder blades, bring the arms to the centre and the same on the other side. And bring them to the middle. Press the hands together and raise the elbows up and squeeze those palms in. And relax them down. Raise them up. Try to avoid bringing the shoulders up. Just bring the elbows up. Squeeze in. And release. And one more time. And then we're going to come up to a standing position. So let the arms just shake out. And then come up to a standing position. You can keep the chair near you if you need it for a bit of support. You're going to take the legs nice and wide. And just going over gently side to side. Just a small knee bend. Keep the upper body nice and upright. So avoid leaning over or putting the hands on the legs. And then on the next one, we're going to stay over one side, keep it there, and twist around. Just looking over your shoulder. So knees and feet stay facing forward. Glance over. Work within your range of movement. Back to the centre, standing up tall. And then gently over to the other side and twist around. And back to centre, and then just gently going to go side to side again. And then bring the legs a little closer if you need to, but we're just going to gently reach towards the opposite foot. So don't worry about bending all the way down and trying to touch your toes. We're just reaching, getting a stretch across, diagonally across the body. And on the next one, we're just going to pause there. Back to the centre and over to the other side and pause there. And then walk your feet back into the centre and just give your legs a little bit of a shake out. And then you might want to hold on to the chair for this one. We're just going to bring the leg up over the gate. So raise the leg up, bring it to the side. One more time going out and then bring the leg back in. Opening up that hip joint. Last time in and then changing to the other leg. So taking the leg out. And then bringing it back in. So just imagine you're lifting it over a fence. Your choice of whether you've got a 5-bar gate or a little tiny ledge. And then we're just going to roll up onto the toes and down. And then taking the leg out in front, take one leg out straight, keeping the toes down towards the floor, knees, hips, toes all facing forward, and place the hands on the bent leg, leaning down with your chest aiming towards the extended leg. And change legs over. So just avoid it, putting any pressure on the kneecaps, so make sure your hands are on the thighs. I'm just going to work through 2 more to each side with that one. You'll find you'll get a little bit lower with each repetition as the muscles start to warm up, loosen up. And 1 more to each side. And then coming back up to standing, just going to shake the legs out a little bit, loosen them out. And then taking the arms, bring them forward. And then reverse the movement, take them behind. You can place them into the small of the back or join them together. So bring them forward. And then reverse the movement, take them back. Looking up towards the ceiling, opening up the shoulders so that the chest gets good stretch. Reverse it, take the chin to your chest. And the other way. And we're going to go for 1 more of these. On the final one, if you're not already, then place the hands in the small of your back instead of joining them, and just squeeze the elbows towards each other, squeeze the shoulder blades, and slightly lean back in towards your hands. So you get the stretch through the stomach as well. If you're slumped on a chair at a desk, all of this can get quite contracted and tensed up. So we want to stretch the stomach out as well. And then come back up to standing. And then with the hands just by the side, we're just going to slide down side to side. Last one to this side, and then we're going to, as we were seated, take the arms out to the side. Just watch if you've got the chair near you. Make sure you've got plenty of room to move. Keep everything from the waist down, below the waist, facing forward, and just turn the upper body, rolling through from side to side. So just take 1 more to each side. And then come back to the center. Take 1 leg out behind you. So the front leg is bent, back leg is straight, and you're pressing all the weight into that back heel. You can either stay in that position with that leg driven back like that. If you want to extend it slightly, lean forward and you can place your hands on your thigh. That adds to it with the hamstring as well at the back of the thigh coming into the stretch. Depending on how flexible you're feeling and how tight your muscles are, if you wanted to deepen it, you can take that little bit further and bring your hands down to the floor. But as always, work within your range of movement. You can bring that back leg in, take the other one out. Drive the heel into the floor, feel that calf muscle kick in, and then either leaning forward or come forward onto the thigh. And take 1 more stretch each side. Just make sure you keep the integrity of the stretch. If you're leaning on the side, just make sure your body's not slumped over, that you've still got a nice straight back. Trying to encourage really good posture as much as possible. Try and counteract what's done sitting working at the desk. And then bring the other leg back in. Take a big reach up overhead. Really focus on lifting up from the hips, almost as though you're making yourself a few inches taller. Grab hold of the wrist, pull over to one side. You should feel a really big opening out sensation all the way down to the hips there, gap between the ribs and the hips. Underneath the arm. And to the other side. And then come back to the opposite side, reach over, and then you're going to take a big swoop forward. So make sure your feet are planted nice and securely, probably about hip width apart for balance, and then come forward, draw a big circle with your arms, back the other way. And then one more in each direction. And round. And then take the arms, lace the fingers together, keep the palms facing down towards you, reach up nice and tall. Take a big deep breath in. And exhale. Well done, guys. Good work for getting your week off to a great start. And I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Have a great day.